everyone, this is Eileen from Eileen Stuffs, and today we will be cash stuffing my wallet and a few choice funds with my February 15th paycheck. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. I am a cash budgeter and stuffer here on YouTube, and I am working on paying off debt as well as building up a winter and emergency fund. So if that is something that you're interested in and you haven't already, please consider subscribing below. I have the cash from my paycheck. As always, I will link the full budget video below so that you can see it, but here's just a quick snapshot. I started with $4,653.75 for my paycheck. Plus I had $172.77 in rollover. I did deduct $2,000 for estimated taxes and also to pay for 2023 taxes. The total budget ended up to $2,826.52. So we paid our bills. We made a massive Snowball payment of $308. I'm going to show you the screenshot from my credit card company because I was so excited to see it. I made the total of $568.16 credit card payment. And now my credit balance is in the 7,000s. It just made me want to cry because I have not seen that balance in the 7,000s for a very long time. So we're out of the 8,000s with that credit card. It felt so good to make such a huge payment and then see big dent in the credit card bill. Very motivated to keep forward, and I just know that I'm on the right track now with the debt payoff. So yay, that was awesome. We did have about $944.46 when all was said and done. With that $944, we have our cash for food, miscellaneous, and as I said, some funds. We're really focusing on paying my mom back and then building up. I'm gonna separate my emergency fund from my winter fund. I don't know why this didn't occur to me last year, because the winter fund would be the fund that I feel okay taking from, where the emergency fund is really something I want for true emergencies. So I guess I wasn't putting that together before, but I am now. So we're separating that. And then we did save $246 in my checking account just in case, which is going to come in handy because after I did my budget, I forgot that Riley's due for one of her medications, which are like $60. So that will be coming from there. We are going to hop right in and get started. First, let's count this cash. We did take out $562, but I really needed to go food shopping yesterday. I did take out $150 for food. Some of it is in the wallet, but I didn't want to confuse it. I'm going to count my cash minus the $150 of the food money I already took out, which means I believe that should leave me with $412 here. 100, 200, 300, 50, 70, 90, 400, keep wanting to say 500, and then 10, 11, 12. So we definitely have 412. I bought a massive amount of food at Sam's Club yesterday. I filled up my freezer. Many of you may know that I follow mostly a carnivore diet. I did fill up on stuff I needed, and we still have some food money left, which is great. So before we get into the cash stuffing, let's look at the wallet. I am going to reinstate the change jar for 2024. We do have some change that's been sitting in here, so let's do that first. Okay. All right, so we have the change. I did decide one way that I'm going to try to, one, motivate myself to be really careful about my cash spending, and two, try to incorporate some savings challenges back in, is that each cash stuffing with a new budget, when I'm redoing my wallet, if there's any extra money, I thought about doing the 1s and 5 jars again because those are always fun. And I was also debating about just pulling that cash and then using it for savings challenges. This is actually from the 150, so I'm not going to pull it this time, but we did have $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 left over from the one. Yeah, I spent about $140 at Sam's Club. That's some of that change. That is about right. Food total had $250. We took out $100 already, $150 yesterday, so we have $100 left. And again, I'm good for the week, so I'll see if I can make it last into next week. But I have $105, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 going into my left for food and grocery. And we skipped all of these. Miscellaneous is getting a 30, so I had a 20 and a 30. That is my wallet. And now quick cash stuffing. I am going to restart. So I have my mom and the emergency fund, which I'm going to use the bills for. So some of this other stuff I will be skipping, at least until the credit gets more under control. And honestly, as I say that, I'm thinking even that one payment made such a dent in the credit card balance. So if I can keep that up a little bit longer and then revisit the rest in the summertime and see where I'm at, how I'm doing. And this is still my week 2 fund, but I think since I already spent my grocery money for the week, I'll just leave that in my wallet. I also thought it'd be nice to start fresh with these cards. I have a new one for bills and a new one for my mom for 2024. So we'll say this is the family, which is, again, mostly my mom at this time. And then bills, which is my winter fund. Okay, the other thing is, I may have said this in the last video, but I did have 260 for bills. These were the placeholders. You guys, these placeholders are now on my Etsy shop. I'll link it below. I did do an Etsy launch a couple weeks ago. These placeholders are great. This one I had used a wet erase marker to said it was only 60, but I did end up spending these. If you saw my budget video, I talked briefly that my February 1st paycheck was barely $2,200, and then rent alone was $1,700. So I did pool to pay the bills. So this is back to zero. I'll go ahead and take those placeholders and put them back. These are the ones I'm keeping for me because they had small errors, but I do have, I think 30 or 40 for sale right now on my shop. All right, so fresh start. Our winter fund. Bills is getting 182. 182, we're gonna add, getting this started. We had 100, 50, 60, 70, 80, 1 and 2. And if you heard that noise, that was my marker dropping. 150, 70, 80, 1, 2. So that is nice. The winter fund is officially commencing. My mom is getting 100, and that's the last 100 actually, and we have to fix. Say it was the 19th. We're doing $100. This is going towards my mom. At this point, I've decided that my last payment to my mom is going to be the last payment. I am dedicated to getting her done with. I'm just over it. Part of it is wanting to pay my mom back, and part of it too is just really wanting to move on 100% from the divorce. So that is why, if you're new to my channel, I did get a divorce a couple of years ago. My mom lent me $3,000 for the lawyer, so I have been paying her back. But I think at this point, it's just time to just move on. So part of paying her, I still owe her $1,511, and I would love to just make this final payment to her and move on and never have to think about the divorce again. It would just be just done, really, thinking about it. So we are gonna make her a priority, and she's up to 100, and then I did have 182 in the emergency fund, and right now that is actually in my bank. It's been moved to my savings. I have to then make the deposit now to my online high yield savings, so my 2 savings accounts are linked up, and then that's it. So this was short and sweet, you guys. We're getting back into the groove a little. I have already, all these check marks are that I already paid. Everything's been paid. I got the 50 for gas. The internet's automatic. That is sitting there. This was already done. And okay, we're moving on, you guys. So I hope you're having a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are doing well, especially if you've started your own debt payoff journey. I'm wishing you the best and hope it goes well. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.